Something major has gone down in Huntsville, and this time, the drama has everyone talking again. Destiny Payton is right in the middle of the storm. After weeks of silence, Destiny is finally breaking her silence and opening up about what really happened behind the scenes. For a while, her name has been floating through all kinds of conversations, from her foundation being under scrutiny to her connection with the other cast members. But now, Destiny has decided to speak for herself, and what she's finally admitted has people looking at everything with fresh eyes. When Destiny Payton first announced her foundation, people saw it as her comeback moment. After everything that she's been through, her divorce, her business challenges, and the ups and downs of her friendships on love and marriage, Huntsville, this seemed like her chance to start over. She wanted to build something meaningful, something that would help others while showing her own growth. The foundation was supposed to be about giving back, especially to single mothers and women facing struggles similar to hers. Destiny spoke passionately about wanting to inspire, to motivate, and to use her platform to make a difference. At first, fans supported her. Social media was filled with positive comments. People called this her new beginning, her healing era, and her redemption arc. It looked like Destiny had finally turned a corner and was ready to focus on something bigger than the drama. But that peace didn't last long. Not even a few weeks after the announcement, rumors began spreading online. People started questioning the legitimacy of the foundation. Posts began to circulate claiming that something didn't seem right with the organization's paperwork and structure. Some questioned where the donations were going, while others accused Destiny of using the foundation as a publicity stunt. None of this was proven, but in the world of social media, perception can easily become reality. Fans who once supported her began asking for answers. They wanted transparency. They wanted to see receipts. Some said Destiny didn't owe anyone an explanation because it was her project and her vision. But others felt that when you ask the public for support, you owe the public some accountability. The pressure grew quickly. Destiny stayed quiet for a while, and that silence didn't help. The longer she stayed quiet, the louder the rumors became. Screenshots of alleged documents began floating around, along with claims that her foundation's registered address was tied to a private residence instead of an official office. Again, none of it was officially confirmed, but the noise online became too big to ignore. Some of Destiny's supporters tried to defend her, saying people were just looking for a reason to tear her down. Others said it was karma for how she had treated Melody Sherry in the past. But one thing was clear, people were paying attention, and Destiny's every move was being watched. Eventually, Destiny went live. She didn't go into full detail, but she did say one thing that made people stop and think. She said, "People love to tear others down when they see them doing something good." It was a simple statement, but it carried weight. Fans took it as her indirect response to all the talk about her foundation. She didn't deny anything, but she didn't confirm anything either. That's when the conversation took a turn. Some said she was trying to deflect. Others said she was protecting herself until she could speak properly. People close to her claimed that Destiny wanted to take her time to gather information before she made an official statement. They said she was genuinely hurt by how fast people turned on her, especially when she had tried to do something positive. But Destiny also admitted something that got everyone's attention. She said she saw how quickly people can change. She saw how love can turn to hate when the public decides you're the next target. She said she saw how people who once cheered for her were suddenly questioning her character. And for Destiny, that was eye-opening. This was her reality check. Her moment of realization. She admitted that she saw how the public works, how support can disappear overnight. Destiny said she had to learn who was really for her and who was just waiting for her to fail. That admission alone hit fans hard. It wasn't just about the foundation anymore. It was about Destiny realizing how fragile public perception can be. She said she saw how easily a person's image could shift, especially when the internet starts talking. That was Destiny's truth. She had seen firsthand what fame, friendship, and social media can do when all three collide. While Destiny's Foundation drama was heating up, across town, Letitia and Marceau Scott were in a completely different space. They were celebrating what they called their biggest business win yet. Their company, Black Cigar Lounge, had just expanded and entered into a major partnership deal that could elevate their brand to a national level. Pictures from the event showed luxury, success, and power. Letitia was glowing, Marceau was proud, and fans filled their comments with praise. But as with everything in Huntsville, no one comes without whispers. Some people couldn't help but notice the timing. Destiny's Foundation was being questioned online, and at the same time, Letitia and Marceau were making headlines for all the right reasons. It made people wonder, was this just coincidence, or was the timing intentional? Social media started connecting dots that might not even exist. Some said the Scotts' big moment overshadowed Destiny's drama, while others claimed it was planned that way. Fans dug up old scenes from the show where Letitia questioned Marceau's transparency in business, suggesting there might still be secrets behind the success. But in her own words, Letitia didn't seem bothered. She went live and said, "People can talk all they want, but hard work always shows." Her tone was confident. She said she and Marceau had been working in silence and that this success was years in the making. She even teased that this was only phase one, that there was much more to come. That single statement sparked a new wave of talk about what the Scotts were planning next. At the same time, Melody Sherry, the woman who has always been at the center of attention, decided to go live too. And when Melody goes live, the entire internet listens. This time, Melody appeared calm but serious. No glam, no flashy setting, just her in a hoodie, ready to talk. And the moment she started speaking, fans could tell she had something on her mind. She thanked her supporters for standing by her, but then she started talking about revelation and redirection. That's when people knew she was about to drop something real. She said, "People love to paint a picture of peace while throwing stones from behind the scenes." That one line sent social media into chaos. The comments section lit up immediately. Some thought she was talking about Destiny. Others believed she was referring to the Scotts. But Melody didn't name names, and that's what made her message even more powerful. She talked about betrayal, manipulation, and smiling faces that hide bad intentions. She said she saw it all, she saw who was truly supportive and who was pretending. She said she saw people switch up once the cameras stopped rolling. Melody's tone was calm but cutting. She wasn't shouting or emotional. She was measured, intentional, and powerful. Then, Melody shifted her tone again and said something that left fans speechless. She said she was no longer interested in feeding negativity. She said, "Growth means you don't always clap back. Sometimes you let time reveal what you don't have to." That line went viral instantly. Fans posted it everywhere, calling it one of her most mature and inspiring quotes yet. Melody also addressed the long-standing rumors about her being difficult to work with. She said, "It's funny how confidence gets mistaken for attitude when it's a woman standing in her purpose." That moment hit hard. It wasn't just about her, it was about every woman who's ever been misunderstood for being strong and outspoken. By the end of the live, Melody had made it clear that she was moving differently now. She said, "Elevation doesn't come with everyone who started the journey with you. Sometimes God clears your path because not everyone can handle where He's taking you." Those words felt like a statement of closure. It sounded like she was ending one chapter and stepping into another. After her live, blogs exploded. Everyone was talking about it. People reposted her quotes, analyzed her tone, and debated who she was referring to. Destiny's name came up again, and so did Letitia's. Fans said Melody had seen too much, that she knew the truth behind the smiles. And that's when everything started connecting. Because as Destiny faced backlash, Letitia and Marceau celebrated success, and Melody dropped her most powerful live yet, people began realizing these weren't separate stories. They were all part of a bigger picture unfolding in Huntsville. There's a quiet but powerful shift happening behind the scenes. Every cast member seems to be moving in their own direction now. Destiny is trying to rebuild her image through charity. Letitia and Marceau are expanding their business empire. Melody is evolving into something far beyond the show. Her brand, her influence, her power are all growing. But what Destiny finally admitted ties everything together. She said she saw how all of this works, how alliances shift, how support comes with conditions, and how people use timing to their advantage. She said she saw people play nice publicly while undermining each other privately. And most of all, she said she saw how every move in Huntsville is part of a bigger game. Destiny's admission wasn't just about her foundation. It was about what she witnessed, the politics, the manipulation, the competition, and the truth behind the smiling faces. She said she saw it all, and she's no longer surprised by anything. For a long time, Destiny tried to fit in, to keep the peace, to play nice. But now, she seems to be standing in a place of realization. She's learned that in Huntsville, not everything is what it seems. She's learned that success comes with whispers, that kindness can turn cold, and that every public victory often hides private tension. And while she faces criticism, Destiny's admission might actually help her more than people think. Because now, she's not pretending. She's not trying to prove anything. She's simply acknowledging what she saw, what she learned, and what it taught her about the people around her. Meanwhile, Melody continues to rise. Letitia and Marceau continue to build. And Destiny, despite the controversy, seems ready to rebuild from the truth she's finally willing to speak. In Huntsville, nothing stays quiet for long. Every word, every post, every live tells part of the story. And this time, Destiny's admission, what she saw, what she realized, might just change everything for her. Because in a world full of staged moments and hidden intentions, telling the truth, even quietly, can be the loudest move of all. And as the dust settles, fans are left wondering, what happens next? Will Destiny fight to clear her name, or will she let time prove her intentions? Will the Scots keep their winning streak, or will the whispers catch up with them? And will Melody's rise inspire others or widen the distance between her and the rest of the cast? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Destiny Payton has seen enough to know that in Huntsville, every smile has a story, every success hides a struggle, and every truth eventually comes to light.